I love it how she breathes blues in the morning, and it's so sexy.
That's Louise.
And this is Robert.
And we're at Mr. Fest. Oppie.
We have a morning show on KTSW called the Snooze Button, and because of that, KTSW asked us to MC Saturday night Mr. Fest.
It's a pleasure to be able to do Mr. Fest.
And it's a pleasure, as someone who's been with KTSW for 4 years, to see how it's really grew over the course of me being in college. Because I remember as a freshman, I had just joined KTSW, and then all of a sudden there's this Mr. Fest happening. And, you know, to think that back then it was just, you know, really pretty small bands. It was one night, it wasn't even the whole day. It was at a completely smaller, different venue, and now it's a 2-day festival. We're getting, you know, on local news channels, and we have some of the biggest names in Austin performing for us at this beautiful new theater. It's been awesome to just see that transition.
Immediately after telling me she can't.
Expectations for Mr. Fest. To be honest, I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, of course, I'd seen 2 Mr. Fests go by, so I knew kind of the general format of things, but I mean, obviously I have no voice, so that should tell you kind of an inkling of how it went. It was completely surpassing of my expectations. We ended up packing the 1,000 people capacity at Texas Music Theater, something that they told us that had never been done in the couple months that they've been open, which is, you know, surprising. So that was in itself was a huge success. Another thing that kind of surpassed my expectations was how much for the first time the city of San Marcos really got behind the project with us. And you know, it's been kind of the university as a separate entity from the city for the past 3 years that Mr. Fest has happened. So the fact that the mayor came out and did a proclamation, that the city hall and the ambassadors did the ribbon cutting was definitely something that really solidified what we were doing and how much it really meant to the city of San Marcos to actually have an event like this.
My first Mr. Fest was the 2nd annual. That's when Maren Hurd did it, and it wasn't, you know, too much bigger, but it had already grown in more venues and more bands. And Black Joe Lewis and the Honey Bears were our headliners, and now they're blowing up. So it's kind of cool to see that. But then the 2nd year with Jen Kelly was the year that we added another day. We added a Friday night, and we added the marketplace on the courthouse, and you know, it was just really cool and made it a whole family vibe as well.
I hope to see a lot come within next year's. You know, it's the 10-year anniversary and the 5th year for Mr. Fest, so I definitely think a lot of interaction with the alumni, KTSW alumni, are going to come in, and that's going to be a whole different element to the festival. So I think, you know, Daniel Hughes, who was my assistant this year, will be succeeding the position starting in summer. So he's got his word cut out for him. I mean, just like Maren and Jen and Kimberly the first year did, I mean, we've really set a standard for just going leaps and bounds every year with the festival. So I'm really excited to see what Daniel's going to come up with. I mean, he's got some really good ideas and really good backing and support, so hopefully it'll be amazing. I can't wait to see what kind of headliners he's going to get, what's going to happen with the capacity at the venue again, and how crazy, you know, the involvement with the city will be, I'm sure. So, I mean, just overall, I think it's going to be a huge success again, just as it has been the past couple of years. And I mean, hopefully we can keep the legacy going of just having an awesome fest.
Come around eventually, 'cause baby girl's a queen.